I think the video basically sums it very good up what the personal growth database is about. But I will share a little more practical experience. So as we already had in the video, it's about your personal growth. It's about your mirrors out there. And one mirror usually is, of course, your partner. Of course, all your friends and people that interact with you are also mirrors. So basically the mirror, what is good within you and what is bad within you. I mean, we need to increase the good. That's always something we should strive for, but we should look at the bad things with really care. And that's the first thing or the first practical advice. Please take your time to do that, because in our fast-paced life, usually it's like, okay, you go from there to there. This is important. I need to do this, and then it's like, okay, now I need to sleep. Okay, sleep and repeat. And that actually doesn't help personal growth at all. It's the exact opposite what you need to do if you want to evolve internally. It's to take your time to think, to rethink, and especially to rethink things that actually went wrong. So if something angers you, if something triggers hate in you, then you should take a stop, a hard stop, and think, what is this about? Because it usually, and I can promise you, it never is the other person that's the problem. It's something that's triggered within yourself. And the question is, what is triggered within yourself? And that's what we really need to take our time to reflect on, because no one else will do that for you. You can go to a psychotherapist, you can talk to problems to your friends and so on. They can guide you in some direction. They can basically be your guide to see things you don't see, but they can solve the problem. The only person that can solve the problem, that can self-heal yourself, is yourself. And if you take the time to do so, it actually works. So first of all is the prioritize your self-care practices. So that's what we also had with the testimonial we just heard. You need to take your time to prioritize your self practices, which means if you have a schedule every day, you stand up, you do some body exercises, only a few minutes, and just sit there in silence for a few seconds, for a few minutes maybe. That's enough. That's enough to connect to yourself and to reflect on the things you want to do, on the things that happened, and on your status that you are just in. And then we have those mirrors, as I just told you. And spoiler alert, children are also one of your biggest mirrors. So if you are angry because your child did something, you are not angry because of the child. You're angry because there's something that you need to sort within yourself. Because your children do not do things because they want to anger you. They just do things. They just do things. And that's where you have to look to overcome those old blockages. And to, do that, what is the easiest way that I found in my life, at least, that's to do an information field analysis. So if you are stuck, you will say, I don't know why does it always have to be that way? Why doesn't it work out? Why I'm angry? Why are those things not running the way they should? Can you go to the next slide, please? And then there is the new resonance module that you see here. So we will release that shortly. But it's for the old resonance app or the old resonance module, it's the same way. You choose the resonance module, you choose your personal growth database, and then we already had the focus in the video. So you focus on a loving relationship and all things that are harmonized already. So you basically envision the future. You envision what actually is happening or will happen, or how the future should be like. So the positive state in the future. That's what you envision. That goes through your whole emotional body. So you really feel the positive state that you're in the future. And then you search for the things to get there. Go to the next slide, please. And now you start the analysis. And of course, you start the analysis in a mental state of gratitude. So you are thankful, really deeply thankful for whatever comes now into your life. And then you get the analysis results. And those analysis results now are to look at very, very carefully, because it's not simple that you say, okay, yeah, here's the solution, I read it, then I do a harmonization and go to the next step. No, now you take your time, you really take your time and read through those entries. And then, for example, I just make one example. I'm righteous, straightforward, and steadfast. So now the first question that you should ask yourself, when I am not doing that. So what does this mean to be that righteous, that straightforward? And where doesn't it really apply? And then when you found those moments when it doesn't apply, you ask yourself, what do I feel in those moments? What do I need? What are my needs that are behind those feelings? And then you see what basically lies in my past that triggered that I'm not able to fulfill that, what I need to get where I want to get. And then you basically go back there and reflect on the traumata, on the things that happened in your past that basically triggered this thing that you are not able to advance anymore. And now you reflect there and you go back to this moment, but you don't go back to this moment as the child that you usually were, or as the person that had no other choice to do, or that couldn't fight back, or that couldn't do a different approach to solve the situation. No, now you're going back as the new person, as the master of your life, that you now know it's your own responsibility and you are the one that can change it. You go back, you close your eyes, you go back in this moment that something happened that actually triggered something bad, and you rewrite this moment. You think, how should have this moment go down to actually be positive? And the moment you have this, you enjoy the feeling that you now have. You enjoy, you feel it in your whole body, that this moment now happened in a different way. This moment is solved for you. And what actually helps a great deal is to accept or to understand that there's no guilt out there. So no one is guilty. So yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah. No, get rid of this concept. Get rid of this concept that there's guilt out there, that it's someone's fault. We are all humans. We all do things. We do good things. We do bad things. And we all think in the moment that we do it, that this is our only option, that we need to do that. And no one can say, yeah, I never did something that didn't hurt anyone. That's impossible. So you are one of those people that also made someone angry. And if you accept the fact that this is our nature as humans, that we are not perfect, then you don't need to hate people for what they done, because they didn't do it to anger you. They just did it because they didn't know better. And if you get rid of those things that people are guilty of something that you are guilty of, that's the most important thing actually, that you are guilty of doing something wrong. You forgive yourself, you forgive the other person consciously in your mind, or also go to someone else and forgive those persons what they done and tell them that they should forgive you for what you might have done, because you didn't want to do harm with whatever you done. And I want to give you one last hint that you should carry in your heart. And that if you have a loving relationship with your mother, with your partner, with your child, and this person would be gone because of a terminal illness, an accident, whatever. Think about what you would have liked to tell this person before you had never the chance again. And then think how much it is worth to work on your self-growth before this person might be gone. Thank you.